The YFactor.
How are you feeling about uni? I'm feeling good. Is there anything you want to know about uni? Yeah, what's the workload like? So how are you feeling about university? I'm feeling good. It's exciting. Getting to know new people. Going to class. That's good. What do you want to know about university? I want to know where the Saleh is so I can go and meet some of the brothers.
Assalamualaikum. How are you feeling about uni, sister?
It's okay. It's a bit strange, different from school, but overall it's a good atmosphere.
Is there anything you want to know about uni?
Yeah, how do you get to a practical in time if your lecture is so far away?
How are you feeling about uni? I feel really good. It's a very exciting place to be, you know, meet new people and all. And what would you like to know about uni? What's the best things to do around uni, I guess? Who are the coolest people around?
The YFactor.
Jazakallah khair, Hannah and Hisham, for those questions. We'll start trying to answer them now. The first one was, what is the workload like at uni?
Well, I guess that kind of depends on the degree you're doing. From a health sciences perspective, it is very full on. We've got 5 days a week, so keep up to date with your lectures. Make sure you go home and you read them every single day. Try and make your notes as soon as possible, because then it all comes down the last couple of weeks in uni, and you're going to really, really regret it. Mehal, what do you reckon from an arts perspective?
From an arts and communications perspective, there's a lot of reading. You're probably not on campus 5 days a week, usually, unless you've combined your degree with something else. But stay on top of your reading and persevere through even the boring readings, because if you actually don't do your readings in an arts and communications degree, you're not really doing anything.
Yeah, I can vouch for that, because you really don't have anything else to do but
Exactly.
do your readings. And like Amatullah said, same thing goes for arts and for law. Well, I can only speak for personal experience for those. If you are behind on your readings, when you're in tute and you're expected to participate, because a lot of subjects have participation marks, you won't have any idea what to say unless you've got at least some background reading. Like, try and do at least half of it if you can't get through all.
Yeah, that's right. Just make an effort. At least do one reading.
And it's usually a proportion of how many hours of study you have in your timetable. You should double that for how much study you do at home. So if you've only got an 8-hour week uni, then do about 16 hours study. Wow, That sounds like a lot when you put it in numbers.
But then when you add it up, it's only 24 hours a week that you're doing anything. So that's okay.
All right, so the next question was, where is the musalla? That depends on every campus, really.
Yeah, but it is a very important meeting place for all the Muslims, definitely. It's a place where you're going to get to know other Muslims, and you definitely want to do that.
Usually the musalla is the kind of headquarters for your Muslim society. So if you plan to be involved in their activities, or if you just want to see announcements or anything from other Muslims, there's usually a notice board in the musalla.
Or you just miss talking to someone that understands you, or you can relate to. You don't have to explain every little thing you're doing, why you're going to pray, and why you don't eat halal meat. You know, just have a good chat about, I don't know, what Muslims talk about.
Yeah, basically, I think during O Week, most universities have tours to the musalla.
Yeah.
So find the MSA stall and get someone to take you and show you. And
don't be afraid to approach someone who looks Muslim, like whether a hijabi or, I don't know, someone in a beard. Maybe.
In a beard.
So just ask them where the musalla is. And a lot of times it's close by to at UTS anyway, it's close to the Christian chapel as well. So if you just go to the general prayer facility area, there's usually a sign directing you to where the musalla is. But definitely make a note of finding out where that is. And also for the halal food stores in the food court, make a point of asking someone in the musalla which ones are halal and which aren't. They'll usually have a halal accreditation certificate, but just for a heads up anyway.
You guys are lucky you actually have halal food stores at your uni. We only have 2 restaurants and none of them are halal. So.
You're at the Sydney Uni
Cumberland campus.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're pretty small.
All right, no halal stores at the Sydney Uni Cumberland campus.
Sushi.
Go vegetarian.
Sushi's good.
Yum.
All right, the next question was, what's the best thing to do at uni? And who are the coolest people to hang out with? Okay, that second question would be us. So find us on campus. What's the best thing to do at uni, Mehal?
You've got 7 years of experience. I'm sure you can pull out something.
Study when you need to study. And then also, look, the fact that you're at uni, if you've come straight from school, it's a really vital point in your life generally. And you're learning a lot about who you are and what you want to do and all that sort of stuff. So I would say, while you're at uni, get an education, obviously, but also make it an experience and finding the things that you like, pursuing things that you enjoy, join clubs, like whether it's a photography club or a chocolate society or whatever it is.
Or a sporting team even.
Yeah, and just do things that you enjoy. And, check out the places around campus as well and see if there's anything particularly cool around. Find some really cheap places to eat.
Yeah, that's always important. I think one of the best things about university is you've pretty much chosen the course that you're going to. So you can't blame school anymore that, I'm doing this subject because I have no other choice. There was no other subject on the line or whatever.
Yeah, and I'm never going to use this in my life.
Yeah.
Why do I need to learn algebra?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Algebra has its uses. It was the only thing I understood in maths because it had letters in it. So it's the closest thing to English.
The sentence.
No, but in general, you'll find the people in your course have so much in common with you because they've also chosen to study the exact same thing that you like, that you've chosen. So make an effort to mingle with people. And, trust me, uni is not just about going there and going straight home. While you're there, make use of every minute. Yeah. It's so much fun. Seriously.
And from a social perspective, they say that, your uni friends are the friends that you
keep for life.
So...
All right. Next question. How do you get to class if the classes are right after each other on your timetable?
Well, generally they either finish 5 or 10 minutes to the hour. So every class will finish, say, if it starts at 1, then the class will usually finish at 10 to 2 or 5 to 2. And your next class shouldn't start till 5 past 2 or 10 past 2. So you should have about 15, 20 minutes to get to your next class. That doesn't mean dawdle, though, because lecturers don't really appreciate that.
No, they don't. And it's really embarrassing walking in on a full lecture room when you're 15 minutes late. But having said that, the lecturers themselves have to move from class to class as well. So they're usually running late. That's why the lecture will start 5 or 10 minutes late. But if it's the first class of the day, try not to
don't be late.
Don't. I mean, if you're someone who's going to be going down to uni in the city, for example, make account for the trains and the buses that you're going to have to catch. UNSW students in particular, you guys have to catch a bus down to university after you've caught the train, and that bus usually has a queue all the way down the road. So their buses come around every 10 minutes, I think, so it's pretty regular. But having said that, you don't want to be stuck in that queue for 20 minutes. So get there early, especially on your first day.
Yeah, and remember that you're also adults. So you're not going to be treated like a child. Very few people are going to tell you off for walking in late unless you have, a particularly anal lecturer. But
it happens a lot.
Yeah, but
definitely.
So at this point you're taking responsibility for your own actions. So try and be as punctual as you can.
A tip: if your lecture room has a back door, try and use that if you're late.
Yeah, find it.
Yeah.
And also, if you're looking at your timetable and you're seeing that there's 2-3 hour blocks and you think, oh my god, how am I going to get through that? School was only 40-minute periods or 1 hour periods. It's all right. They give you a break, 5-10 minute break. So
keep heaps of food and water on you.
Yeah, definitely food
and coffee.
Chocolate.
Coffee is your friend in the morning. Coffee or tea, whatever.
Apples,
you
remember?
drink.
Appuccinos.
Yes, appuccinos when they get around to inventing them. But for now, just make sure you're wide awake in the morning. I think just general tips from us, Mehal. You were telling us, don't plagiarize.
Yes, that's my advice to everyone. Don't plagiarize because we'll know.
Yeah, it's true.
We'll know.
You guys, you're not just handing it in to one teacher who only takes care of 30 students anymore. You're actually plugging it in through software like Turnitin, and that software compares your assignment to every other assignment that was submitted this year, last year, 10 years before. So don't copy off anyone's assignment, and if you're going to be using something from a book, make sure you reference it. In first week, they usually have workshops on how to reference. Make sure you attend them. It is so important. It takes away marks from your assignment or adds to it how you do your referencing.
That's right. And in your first semester in particular, dedicate more time to assessments than you normally would, because there is a structure that you're going to just be learning, and there's a particular level of academic rigour, I suppose, that you're supposed to be applying that you probably wouldn't have had to apply in high school. And if things do take a lot longer, or you don't feel like you're getting your head around particular concepts, that's okay, that's normal. You've just got to persevere. Ask your tutors and your lecturers, that's why they're there.
They are very, very helpful. If you ask them, they will always help you, and they'll go out of their way to help you.
And if you're too embarrassed or shy to just actually approach them in person, send them an email. They're usually pretty good about replying to them. And one last thing, this is very, very important, guys. Wikipedia is no longer a source. If you used it in high school, don't you dare use it in university. Your lecturers will put a massive extra page. Trust me, it's happened to me before.
What were you
Don't do
doing?
it.
Copying and pasting from Wikipedia?
Well, I thought Wikipedia was pretty thorough in its coverage of that particular topic. It's real. But I learnt my lesson, never using it again.